Is that the biggest quarterback you ever seen in your life?
Mm-hmm. Is that a question? Yeah. He's a huge quarterback. I think 6'7", about 270. Yeah, he's definitely heavy. I remember I had run into him one time. I felt it.
You guys, for a second weekend, he was a redshirt freshman. If Tennessee looks like they're going to start a freshman too. Does it change any when you guys are playing a freshman quarterback, knowing that he's going to make some mistakes? Does that change how you play at all?
I wouldn't say change how we play, but I mean prepare a little different. We'll definitely send a little bit more at him just because we kind of know he probably never seen it before, so that kind of helps us in our advantage.
Could you tell that Kelly was kind of shaken, a little bit rattled by what you guys were sending at him?
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like we send a lot of zone blitzes, a lot of different things. So I mean, definitely shaken by it.
How do you think the secondary's played to this point of the season?
Definitely been playing well, very consistent. Haven't really given up too many big plays, and probably just been playing well.
Have you seen a change in how teams are approaching you? Are they showing you more respect?
Yes, I mean, yes. I guess that's just part of it, just a part of respect thing. But I probably get 2 or 3 balls thrown, probably maybe the whole game. Some balls not really thrown at all on my side, but I mean, just a respect thing, I guess.
When did you kind of notice the change?
Maybe after the first game, maybe after Florida State. That was probably after that game.
You also see, Levi's one of the, routinely one of the more consistent guys out there. I think he got an All-American, mid-season All-American out today. Just haven't seen him come along, and coming from a walk-on to do what he's done is impressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very impressive. I mean, Levi's my roommate, so we talk about it all the time. I always, give him praise, but definitely, he's definitely taking on that challenge. It's just like they give me more respect. So yeah, he's taking all that, it's targeting him a lot more. So I mean, he's definitely taking it. He's doing it. We're doing well too. So I mean, I'm definitely praised. I'm proud of him.
Roommates, do y'all have kind of like a unique connection out there as far as like, right corner, left corner kind of thing? Or?
Yeah, we kind of just try to keep everything shut down. It's just our thing we always talk about.
Who talks more trash, you or Levi?
I think Levi he talks a lot more than me. I'm focused, more locked in. I kind of just do my job, and that's pretty much it. But Levi, he talks a little bit more than me.
Who's messier?
I'm messier? I'll say me. I'm probably a little messier. But yeah.
A couple of the linebackers said after the game on Saturday that they like it when offenses kind of give up on running the ball and just start throwing the ball. And do you guys like that? They're just going to throw at you?
Yes, I feel like that's the main thing we kind of focus on as a defense. We try to make teams one-dimensional and just try to make them pass. I mean, we stop the run, so if we know they're passing, we'd be more prepared for it because we know they're passing.
So even when they throw more at you, it's easier to defend?
Yes, because we're just in different type of coverages or just a different type of defense. We're just more ready for it.
What have you seen from Daniel Wright on special teams? He's kind of been making a name for himself over there.
Oh yes, sir. I mean, I'm right. He's right behind me, and I pretty much play off him, and I just watch him every time. And he just running full speed down that kickoff, and he makes a hit. Even if he doesn't make a tackle, he's hitting the guy that's blocking him hard, and just he's just an animal out there.
What have you guys seen from Tennessee on film?
You said that again.
What have you guys seen from Tennessee on film?
We've seen what I see. I think I just seen one game. I mean, they have a new quarterback, a lot of new faces. They like to run the ball. They're not as fast as they used to be last year. So I mean, we'll see with the new quarterback.
What do you see from Kelly? I mean, he had that one clip from this past game where he stiff-armed the guy to the ground. I guess as a defensive back, how do you approach a guy like that when he's probably bigger than you?
Yeah, we just have to make sure we wrap up and just follow through with our legs and just wrap up. Make sure we tackle him because he's a hard runner.
Are you ever thinking about avoiding kind of being one of those on the other side, one of those clips? Is that?
I mean, of course you see it, but I mean, as time when time comes, you don't think about it. You just try to make the tackle.
When you cover kicks, are you noticing that the height of the kicks that JK has, that it seems like you guys are able to get on the field pretty quickly. Do you notice the hang time, I guess?
Oh yes, I mean he does that every day in practice. I mean we already know what we getting out of JK, the height, and I know that can be quite difficult for the opponents to catch the ball, and plus our coverage to get downfield. I mean hang time is important.
Have you ever been stiff armed like that?
I think maybe a few times in practice, but in the game I don't think so. In the game too much for practice, yeah.
Who got you in practice?
I remember I was younger. I know Derrick Henry. He got me one time. A lot of the big guys, Bo, I think he got me a few times too. So I mean, it's just part of it. I mean, you just gotta try to knock it down.
You'd probably go against maybe second team guys. What do you see from a guy like Josh Jacobs who can kind of do a little bit of everything? And then, you know, how often do you kind of match up with him on the outside in practice, whether it's a pass, you know?
Yeah, he's really difficult because you don't really know what's going to come. You know, what's going to come. He either can run you over, or he can try to juke you, stiff arm you, outrun you. You don't know. So I mean, that's kind of like a disadvantage on that.
When a defense has bigger backs and then they bring in a guy like Jacobs, I mean, you don't necessarily get to go against that, but what does that do to the defense when they have that change of pace guy come in?
I mean, like you said, just a change of pace guy. I mean, he's not a slow guy. I mean, he's a lot quicker than the guy you were trying to tackle before. So I mean, it's just different. Definitely give you more things. You could do more things with a guy like Josh Jacobs. So you catch screens, anything like that.
You see him every week in practice. How good is this young group of receivers, Ruggs and Jerry Jeudy?
They're very experienced. I mean, they play a lot. They've been playing a lot throughout the season, and I mean that's good. We're gonna need a lot of depth, you know, towards the end of the season, because you know they're gonna play a lot more just in case anybody goes down or just experience period. But they've been playing well. They do well in practice. They practice hard. They're prepared a lot.
Do they add anything? Because a lot of times we see them on the field together. So does that group add something unique that maybe even some of the experienced guys maybe don't not have, but just add something different?
I do notice that they do put them in together, and I like how they just try to keep them together. I feel like they're just more together, I guess you could say.
Seems like you guys are bringing more pressure with a lot of different players. I mean, especially against the linebackers, even some of the guys in the secondary. How does that change the coverages when you guys are doing that?
Just sending, like you said, just sending more players, I guess. Change the coverage up just a little, not too much. Just have to send more players. Try to keep that, you know, the quarterback in the pocket, keep him contained in the pocket, just create more, you know, havoc. So.
Does that make more awareness for you just about how you really have to lock up your guy if you're sending, say, you know, Minko or Ronnie or somebody else that you're breaking down from, you know, second level?
Not really, because I mean I'm like that every play. I try to lock up regardless of what play it is, especially if I'm man. So yeah, that's how my mentality is.
Well, some of the other defensive players have said over the season that you can tell looking in the opposition's eyes when they're kind of maybe defeated or something. When y'all do make a team one-dimensional, can you see it in the receiver's eyes when they're like, maybe they don't want to go out for another run, you know, another pass, or
you can definitely see it in just how they play. I mean, receivers may jog off the ball, or you can just see it. They just don't have the same energy. You can always feel it. And I mean, but just try to dominate it. Just keep going at it. Don't let up. I mean, that's pretty much how Saban, you know, controls us in that way. You know.
Last one.
Does that kind of feed? I mean, when you see that, what does that do for you as a defender when you can look in their eyes and see that defeat already?
Just make it go harder. Keep dominating. I mean, that's just how Saban. That's how he coaches. That's how we just are. That's how we think. Just don't stop it. Just keep dominating.
Thanks, Anthony.